Yate from New Mexico. Welcome to my channel, Mexico Outdoors Mountaintop Bob, and I am Bob. Alright, so the horses have moved off and they're not probably in the video any longer, and I don't see Lefty. I don't know where he went. Oh, he's on the other side over there. He went all the way around. He's behind us now across the fence in somebody else's property. So we went down through Las Tuces Canyon, or I did, at 5 a.m. in the morning. And I was trying to get to the backside of Blue Water Lake, and where the sun would be at my back, and I was hoping to shoot the ducks when they came in to land on the water that morning. That's what my entire thing was about. So I left out at 5 minutes till 5. The sun don't actually come up over the mesa until a little after 7. But a big old boulder, even though I went the day before and did a reconnaissance mission, I was sure I knew how to get down there. I was sure I could do it with my truck with no problems. And lo and behold, big old boulder. It's either a great big rock or a small boulder. Jumped under the truck, and lo and behold, can you see me? Well, let's see. I'm trying to get this where you can. There we go, maybe. That, my friends, is a busted drive shaft. So the stump jumper's down, and now I am a outlaw because we have no tag on the Jeep. However, we did get our title finally from the state of Florida last 2 or 3 weeks ago. So today we're going to be outlaws and drive it to Grants and get a tag for that. I had the horses up here closer for the video, but they scattered out. They're still down there, but they're far away now, so they're not going to be in this part of the video. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I wanted to talk real quick about walking in beauty, which does not mean that you're walking in beautiful clothes, walking in beautiful flowers. It means that you face your fears, get on the other side of them, and put a smile on your face that you've accomplished something. That's what walking beauty means. And we all have fears. So whether it be a physical fear that you're not able to pick something up, or walk far enough, or climb out, or whatever, or an emotional fear, spiritual fear, whatever the fear is, in the Navajo tradition, walking beauty means that you make it to the other side of that fear and go ahead and accomplish your task, whatever that may be, and come out the other side better for it. And so that's the true, I think. You need to watch Wally Brown, Navajo teaching. I'm telling you, that guy, if I could choose a grandfather, he would be the one. And don't get me wrong, I love both my grandfathers, bless their hearts. They're both with the holy people. But if I had to choose a grandfather, then and without knowing anything, he would be the one. The guy's great. I love him. I watch a little bit of him every day. So that being said, I had to walk home from, well, first I had to walk to the lake, which was 2 miles. Didn't get no ducks to flying in. I got there hoping that when the sun came up, the ducks would fly in like they used to do when I was duck hunting. I found my boulder I wanted to get behind. I got hidden. I got the camera set up. I shot a video out across the lake while the sun was getting high enough to, and hoping that the ducks would fly in front of the camera while it was videoing. It didn't. However, some tiger muskie did swim in front of the camera with her head up. You have to watch all the way to the other side of the lake. So as soon as the sun was up and the shadows were all gone from the lake, I headed home, which was an 8-mile walk. And so my walking beauty was my fear that I wouldn't be able to walk that far. My fear that my wife was going to be worried. My fear that she would get this other vehicle and tear it up trying to find me. So I had all this stuff going on in my mind, but I still was able to enjoy the little coyote. When I first seen him, he was only 10 or 15 feet away from me. That being said, I found myself in a lot of situations lately down in the Redondo Canyon with all the big animal trails that had just passed through probably that morning, going down to the water in the little creek, which I didn't even take the time to film. I just got out of there. But with no kind of protection, and no hearing aids, not being able to hear. I can't hear a rattlesnake or bushes break or none of that. Can't hear birds sing anymore. I got to get a game ear or some new hearing aid, whatever it takes. And for protection, I'm going to get a big tall can of super good bear spray. And although I've never seen it where anybody said anything, I'm going to get a boat horn, one of those little gas operated boat horns. And at least if I found myself stuck down there, maybe if I was tooting on that horn, somebody would hear it and come find me. And maybe the horn would scare something off before I had to shoot it with bear spray, or vice versa, whatever. But I was so paranoid. I did what I did and I got out of there. But that was hiking Redondo Canyon. So if you see where that video is kind of goofy, that's why. Even the very first part where I'm walking down into the canyon and the camera was shaking around, my mind was not on what I was doing because I was following a big old trail. I'm like, what made this? I was looking for a track, couldn't see a track, but I did find where it crossed the creek. So I got paranoid because the canyon went straight up on both sides of me about maybe 250, 300 yards apart. And the bushes were so thick ahead of me, they were impenetrable. They were worse than the swamps in Florida. There was absolutely no way to go through there. A bear would have been chasing me, I might have. So the only way out was the way I came in. I couldn't hear good. There was no way to go to the left, no way to go to the right, no way to go forward. All I could do was turn around and go out. And didn't know if anything was tracking me. I didn't know nothing. I was just spooked. So that day I was walking in beauty when I got out from under those pine trees and got back to the truck. Boy, it was a beautiful thing. And then walking through the valley, coming home from the great busted drive shaft event, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I walked up on two coyotes really. One of them was not quite so close. One of them was like right there, and I didn't see him. I didn't hear him. I don't know why I even looked in his direction. And at first all I could see was his face framed by some sagebrush, and then he turned and headed off, and I got my camera up and I was able to get 2 or 3 decent shots of him. A couple of broadsides, one looking over his shoulder and one going away. So, and I was able to get some photographs of some birds. And then at the end of the video, if you watch it all the way through, I've got my hummingbird collection, all my best shots. And again, I only have 250 millimeter focal length, so I have to do a lot of heavy cropping. And if I don't get everything just right, then when I crop, there's a lot of noise in the photographs. So I have to be careful what I do. Some turn out, some don't, but that's just how it has to be till I can afford a bigger and a better lens. I'm looking for a 150 to 600 focal length lens. So that's what my next thing's gonna be for my video channel. One last thing, I have got to get off of this thing and take time to get some household chores done, which I'll video some of that. But the next 2 or 3 or maybe 4 videos will not be about the outdoors in New Mexico. It's going to be about me getting my ham shack set back up, about remodeling it, about getting my antenna system back up like it's supposed to be. So that's coming up, and I'm going to be doing that and videoing it, and I will make sure that I put on the front of the video what it is on the thumbnail. So if you're not interested in ham radio, amateur radio, you won't have to tune in on that one. If you are interested in amateur radio, you'll get to see me take down, modify a 20-meter beam, which is about 40 feet by 40 feet. I'm going to shorten up the boom to 30 feet, I think. It might be 28 feet, I think is what it'll end up being. Then I'm going to I'm going to assemble and put a 6-meter beam above that, and then on the very top I'm going to put a rotor and my 2-meter beam up there. I want to get all this done because in wintertime I like to have my radios on in case somebody up on the interstate gets caught in an ice storm or whatever. At least I could make a phone call for them. So that's the point of that. I want to get that done wintertime. That's my favorite hobby in the wintertime because it's cold outside and early in the mornings and all of that. So forgive me, but the next few videos are going to be that while I'm waiting on parts to fix my truck. I will not take this Jeep that we have off of the pavement except for the road leaving my house going to the pavement. I'm not going to stunt jump it. I cannot afford to fix another vehicle. However, it's good to go. We just had it serviced just before we thought the title was coming, and so we got it serviced real quick and got a friend to help me change all the oils, plug, everything. We did everything to it. So it's been sitting here ready, and I've been waiting on this title. It showed up. We're going to drive it to Grants, get the tag, and quit being the outlaw. So that being said, this video will be known as the busted drive shaft video that created a situation that I had to learn to walk in beauty. Thanks for watching. This is Mountaintop Bob, and I'll catch you the next time.